You basically, let me tell you what happened to sibling time. And then you tried to call me back and make it up after you had like a whole meltdown on me
I did not have a
on
meltdown on you.
Discord. Well, you was about to make me have a meltdown
You
because
be
you
all right.
know.
Let's start.
See?
Siblings Unscripted is back for another episode, and this
Now we
time
want to talk about siblings unscripted.
yes, and we have a lot to talk about because we recently took another trip out of the country, and this time it was for her birthday, her spoiled self birthday. So
I'm gonna claim all of that spoiledness. You spoiled too, but I am spoiled. Yes, I am. 100%. I embrace it. I love
mhm,
it. And I'm spoiled. It's fine. It's fine.
I
It's
guess,
okay.
I guess it is. But we went to
The
Dominican
Punta Cana,
Republic, Punta
the
Cana.
Punta Cana side of it.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Punta Cana side of it. So, how was your birthday, sister? How did you like your birthday trip out of the country? Let's start there.
My birthday trip was fabulous. You want to start for the day before? So he flew in early, right? For my birthday, he flew in early. We did some things together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So you guys watch out for his channel for some things that he's gonna do for the birthday. He already released where where we the reel that you released when we did the Superman was great, which we'll talk about the
Mm,
Superman in a little bit. Um so we did some stuff here. It's cold here, hot there.
right,
My main thing that I like to do on vacation is I love to bake. Like I like to go out and lay in the sun and do those type of things.
right.
I do like some action too. So when we went to the first of all, when we were on the bus going to the resort, like not the bus, the private car that we always have, and we were passing by Nickelodeon, I was like, "Oh, Jasmine had sent me something for Nickelodeon. I'm glad we not there because there's a bunch of kids there." And then like y'all had this funny look. So in the back of my head, I'm thinking like, I know these Negroes is not about to take me to no Nickelodeon resort tomorrow. I was about to be tight, tight,
That's
because that's what
crazy.
was in the back of my head, right? So we get there, we check in. What I loved about check in is how sometimes when you get there early, you have to wait for your room. Well, we were in VIP, so we didn't wait for our room. They took us on a little golf cart straight to our room, our bags, and we started it off right away with shots. So there's a picture of that online when we
Right.
first get to the resort. I don't know if I'm gonna say against my wishes or not, because I don't think I wanted to drink right away. I think I was like, oh, I should probably eat first, but we did it and it was fine, right?
Right. With the VIP treatment in the lounge and stuff like that, because you have to tell the people when we travel is very VIP ish. We always got to have
Yep.
top of the line. We always
A
got to
private
have private
car,
car, drinks.
private room,
Yes.
drinks, VIP
We
area,
normally have a
the
butler.
suite. The
We didn't
suite
have a
was
butler this
nice.
time.
We didn't have a butler this time.
Mm,
But let's just before we get into all the highs, let me just say two things about DR. So hopefully nobody comes for me in the comments, but this is how I felt. In DR, not their culture, but the people in general, they do not care that you're American. They do not care that you speak English. If you don't speak what they speak, too damn bad. All right? So that's why Vanessa was clutch because she knew a little bit more of what they were saying than what we knew. Because I remember
mm-hmm.
at breakfast one time, this lady was talking to me, and I just straight looked at Vanessa and was like, "What she say?" Like, because
Yeah.
she was saying something, and they don't care that you speak English. Some of them speak English and some of them don't, but for the most part, you in their culture and you just gotta figure it out.
Yep.
Number two, um, I'm gonna say it. I did not like the food at the resort, but that was okay because it wasn't all the food at the resort. So it wasn't until the last day or two that we realized, okay, their little fancy restaurants, mm-mm. Go straight to their buffet because that's where their culture food is, and it was slamming, right? So it took us a little bit to figure that out, but it was fine,
Right.
right? And then number three, they do not care about us over there. If you gonna drown, you gonna drown. They will not save you. And that's the three things that I
And we
have
we get
that are
part
my
we
lows.
get to some of those parts a little bit later in the conversation, but you're absolutely right. They will have full fledged conversations with you in Spanish, knowing you only know English. And if you get it, cool. And if you don't, that's just too bad. They're gonna go about their day because You in their country, so you got to speak their language. They don't care that they in a tourist area, and they should probably maybe try to learn some English or whatever language you speak. But it's a no for them, and that's okay because what you normally would want from them, they can probably understand a little bit of English to get you what you want. Like if you want a certain drink, they can probably get you that drink. If you want like a certain dish or a certain food, they probably understand enough English to get you that. But they starting off with Spanish or Creole.
Yeah, you gotta walk in, and then so what Vanessa told me was when you walk in, I noticed that she kept saying Buenos dias, and she would do like this. So this is like,
Yeah.
I guess a thing that they do. So yeah, there was that as well. So
Yeah, I agree. I mean, overall, it was a great experience. The resort was actually pretty good. The drinks was pretty good. The service that we got there was pretty good. I think we only had just like bad food when we first got there that first night or something like that because the second night we had steak at the steakhouse. I don't know what kind of. I did order a ribeye, but I think they only gave me like parts of the rib eye, and they kind of forgot some of the other parts because that was the skinniest ribeye I ever had in my life. But it was it
I'm
was
not really sure that was a ribeye. I had
eh,
the same thing that night.
we don't know.
So
We don't know. But I feel if that's the case then because like even some of the drinks that we had like soda wasn't really soda. Like it was
no, it
more water
wasn't.
soda than anything. Like I was so happy to get back to the States and actually have a soda, which I rarely even drink nowadays, but I had to have me a soda just so I can get a taste of it again. But the resort food, maybe like a 5 or a 6 a little bit compared to what we used to at some of these resorts, but everything else was top notch and pretty good. The pools was pretty good, the scenery was pretty good. I the room was actually pretty decent as well. We had a nice little common area.
Yeah, the resort was beautiful. There was
Yeah.
so many picture taking moments at the resort.
Right.
So overall the accommodations were fantastic. I think Vanessa had said that when we had our private driver, it was the same driver to and from the airport, but she was scared for her life.
Yeah,
Their driving over there is
her
a little bit
nurse was
sus.
bad.
Her nerves, well, mine was bad too, so I went to sleep.
Yeah, our driver was
I
driving on the wrong side of the road, not just once, but 4, 5 times.
multiple times. All he wanted to do was pass people. He didn't care that oncoming traffic was coming. So
Right.
that was a little risky or whatever. But other than that, the accommodations overall were great. So let's hop right into the adventure part. What was it called? Was it called Escape or something like that?
Skate park, which what we did that Friday. Yeah, that was day number 2.
Yeah, we did
Day
that
number
Friday.
1, we just hung out and drank, and I think we went to the pool and had dinner.
Yeah.
But day number 2, we
Mm-hmm.
went to this this water park excursion, which was called skate park or whatever.
Yeah.
Zip lines, um,
Pools,
pools,
zip lines,
caves,
rainforests, caves,
rainforests,
nature walks, a
snakes.
farm,
Yeah,
snakes.
yeah. So let's kick that off.
Iguanas,
Yes.
birds. So we started off when we first came in, they scan you, and what I thought was remarkable was, and I didn't catch on until like you really got in there and I understood why they did it, but they take a picture of everybody that comes in. And they do that because they pretty much let you wander off and do whatever it is on your own. So by the time they close, I'm pretty sure they double check those faces
Mm,
with the pictures that they took to make sure there's nobody lost because it's really a tropical rainforest that you're in, right?
right.
So they built up all of the zip lines and caves and everything and pools based, it's inside of a rainforest. And inside the rainforest, there are no tour guides. And we already established that they don't, if you don't speak their language, is no way for you to really know what's next unless you read all the signage. And even some of that, most of it was very clear, right?
Right.
So that was pretty cool. The first thing we did was when we came out, you like to play with animals, so we had to take pictures with those birds. So the birds was okay until the birds started climbing up on my head and I was kind of freaking out a little bit.
And let me stop right there, right? Because I was actually proud of you for taking pictures with the big parrot. Because if you guys remember on prior podcasts, is when she went to Costa Rica, and I showed you guys a little small, teeny tiny midget bird that she was afraid of that was sitting on her chair. That scared the shit out of her. But these big old parrots, that she was taking pictures with, she seemed to be okay with. I think she just did it because we
It's
was
because the
there.
birds seem tame, right? Because if you wasn't there, I wasn't touching those birds, and they
Yeah,
seem tame. Like they sit and they don't move. The only thing that bothered me was when they sat the bird on my shoulder and that motherfucker was climbing up my head, and I was just like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I hope this bird don't shit on me." That's what I was thinking.
right, right,
Then they was like, "Make a face, a shock face." I ain't have much to do that. Like my face was natural. It was natural. Like, oh my
right.
God.
Yeah, but I was very proud of you that you took pictures with those birds because the teeny tiny midget bird that you was afraid of in Costa Rica, these parrots was 10 times bigger than that little small bird. And I think it was what, three of them? It was three birds, three parrots. Yeah,
It's three parrots. So after the parrots, we did the zip lining. I thought the zip lining was fun. What I didn't expect with the zip lining was when you go through the water, I didn't think we were going to get as wet as what we did. Like we got soaked,
right.
right? So that was fun, but it was needed because it was very hot there.
Yeah, that definitely surprised me as well. Going through that very first waterfall, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna be real quick. No, I come out drenched as soon as I land. So yeah, that was fun though. That was fun. That was
Yeah, that
fun
was
and
fun. And they
fast
had all the people out there taking pictures. Their package was amazing. Like all those, we got like over 300 and something pictures for like what, $90 basically.
for three
So
people.
that was
Yeah.
pretty good too for three
Now,
people.
do
And
you want to tell
it
the
wasn't,
people what you first asked when you first got on the zip line? Now, keep in mind what she said about the DR mentality and the the culture.
I asked that man where the glove was at because every zip line I've been on, they put a glove on you and they kind of tell you whatever. So they put you on a zip line. They don't even say listo, like ready, go. They just push you. And I was like,
They don't even tell
whoa,
you where you should put your hands. I was asking where I
no,
put my hands at, bro. He didn't even say nothing.
no, he just
Zoom.
pushed you.
Like, what's
So you
happening
could
here?
really get hurt if you've never done it again. You know what I mean? If you've never went zip, you could have touched that thing and burnt the mess out of your hand if you didn't know any
Yeah,
better.
probably cut your hand too. Yeah. Because they don't
Yeah,
tell you
yeah.
where to put your hands on zip lines. They tell you they normally like give you some gloves and they normally like put your hand here, put your hand here, and then they push you. In DR, they just zip you up and zoom. That's it. And we ain't talking about just the very first zip line. We talking about all of them,
All the zip
all the
lines,
zip
all of them.
lines.
And they were super fast and you get super soaked.
Right.
They did have, certain nice the some of them were really nice and we were able to get pictures together as a group and all that other stuff. So that was pretty cool. Um, we ate lunch there, which was the lunch there was like on point. Like it
Right.
was, I don't know if I was starving or what, but it was on point. But the amount of walking around we did was like crazy. So I'm gonna let you tell the story about the snake though.
So going back to lunch, we actually had what, the Dominican Americana? It's is that what we
Yeah,
had?
it's like the rice and beans with stewed chicken and salad.
Because everywhere we go, I gotta have the most cultural thing ever, right? That's the way I phrase it. I want the most Dominican food that you guys got here, and we had it: rice and beans, beef, what, beef stew, chicken stew,
No, it was stewed chicken. Yeah.
stewed chicken, beef stew. What's the difference?
No, it was stewed because beef is beef and chicken is chicken.
But does it matter where you put
um,
the chicken at, before or after the stew? No,
brother, don't be so technical about
that
it.
was a will
It was
answer
chicken.
for matter of first
God.
sight.
Anyway, so we had lunch, and I think after lunch was when no, before lunch is when we saw the snake, brother. That
No,
was
it was
definitely before
after.
lunch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was
It was
before lunch.
before lunch.
So here we are. We are going to this cave, or was it a cave? Did they call it a cave?
It wasn't a cave. It was called the Blue Lagoon or something.
Oh,
It was
we've
like this
going to
big
this
blue body of.
lagoon, and here we are traveling through the forest or whatever, and on the way there, we actually see this kid, and this kid comes by and runs by us, and we ask the kid, "Are we almost there?" He's like, "No, not even 75% there, and it's boring." And we
And
all,
it's
and it's
stupid.
stupid. Granted, this
We like, where his
lagoon,
parents?
yeah, like where this dude is just like literally this little kid is running through the forest by himself, like
With no
with no
parents.
parent in sight. Like he runs by us and was like, "Okay, where's his parents? Are they coming up?" Nope, they sure didn't. But we on our way to this lagoon. It's about maybe 900 feet from where we currently
It
are.
felt like more than that. It was far. It was far as hell.
Right. So we're walking through the forest and we get to this little bridge. I'm in front. I'm leading the way. For whatever reason, they want me to lead the way on every single
Because if something
trail.
jump out, it gotta jump out at you first.
But however, if something would have jumped out this time, who would have got ate? Y'all would have got ate because I was
No,
gone.
we would have ran.
But we walk in this trail. We come up to this little bridge area that takes you to it or whatever. And I'm walking, and I literally like look down, and there's a snake by my feet that I almost stepped on. So my instincts is scream and haul ass. I scream and haul ass. They're behind me. I'm thinking they right behind me. They turn around and go the other way. Yet the snake is still on the bridge. And there really isn't no turning around on this trail.
Because so from my vantage point, right? I saw you jump and I saw the snake at the same time, and I'm thinking like, dang, the snake is still there. So when I see the snake, I cut out in the other direction. Of course, Vanessa, she's scary. She runs behind
Y'all
me.
both scared.
So she's
Both.
scarier than me.
Both.
So she's like panicking, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So like you're like, just run. And so I'm telling Vanessa, like on the count of three, we're gonna go, but wait. That's what she's saying, but wait. And I was just like, okay, one, two, and then I just take off. I said, Vanessa, follow me. And I just take off running. But the snake is still on the bridge, right? So when I get to the point where the snake was, I leap and I'm jumping. And like he's laughing because he think it's funny. But so we get past the snake or whatever. We see another couple coming down. We's like, "Oh, yo, be careful because on the bridge there's a snake." And they like, "Oh my God." So we
Yes.
get to the lagoon. We take our little pictures and stuff. And on the way back, this joker right here trying to be funny. He was like, "All right. So when I run, you run."
That's
And
the
there
way it
you
should
go.
go. That's the way. If I take off, you should take off too. But y'all took off the wrong direction. So if there was really something out there or a killer out there, they probably would have got y'all because y'all went back. So y'all had to come by about
Or they
him
would have
again.
got you because you were by
Nah, I was
yourself.
gone. They weren't catching me. They wasn't catching me. I was gone. But he could have stood
Anyway,
on that bridge and watched you guys turn around and want to
maybe.
come. But I'm like, I literally almost stepped on the snake and I had to take off and go. Hey,
Well,
that's that.
but yeah, so that's that. Then we had lunch. Lunch was delicious. And after lunch is when we tried that ropes course. What do we get? Like two or three things in, and you was like, yeah, no, I'm going back. And on the ropes course, I was assuming that they would have one person at
No,
each station, not to go with you, but to at least tell you what to do. When I saw that guy up on the logs for the rope course and he was struggling, I looked at you and I was like, mm-mm. And you was like, yeah, no, I'm going back. And then I was like, how you getting back? You was like, the same way I came.
like to put it in context, this rope course is like 50 feet up in the air, maybe even a little bit higher than that, but it's at least 50 feet up in the air in this rainforest. And this forest, like we are literally in the forest on this rope course doing different obstacles, like the netting. You also had to like step on different things, and it was crazy. Like I'm pretty sure people can picture what an obstacle rope course is. Just magnify that times 10, being up in the air 50 feet in the rainforest. But of course I went first again. I should have let y'all win first, but I went first again and I got across maybe about.
If you let us go first, we was only getting past the nets, and that was it.
It would have made for more better content if I let you guys go first because I would have been back there recording y'all trying to go across all these different obstacles. But I went across three. When I looked at the fourth one, it wasn't
I
the.
went across three too.
Yeah, you
I was right behind you,
was
but I
you.
was just praying. I was like, yes, I was right because remember we was right there, and I was like, and in my head I was thinking like, he better not go on that next one.
I looked at it wasn't the fourth one that got me. It was gonna be the fifth one that got me to where it just was just the steps and then the rope. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, listen, I don't know if I can make it across that fifth one. Like the fourth one was gonna take me out, but then that fifth one, I'm like, I don't know about that. And I was like, yo, I'm going back. And then he was like, yo, how you gonna get back? I'm like, the same way that I came, okay? And I went back and we all turned around and we left. Like, I mean, I'm afraid of heights, but then I'm not afraid of heights, right? Because I
The
shouldn't have been up
heights.
there if I really was that afraid of heights. but I am a little bit, but that won't really stop me from doing something high up, right? But that was a rope course that we all turned around and chickened out on. At some point, we know we met our match with that rope course because we all turned around in agreement and was like, no, we're done here. And that's not something that we normally do on vacation for the most part. So,
But we did do something a little bit risky.
right.
So they had this Superman zip line. I don't know how many hundreds of feet it was in the air, but basically you had to climb a mountain for at least 25 to 30 minutes, right? So you going up. And I'm thinking to myself, like, we're pretty far up. So then you get to like this little plateau area. And you get to the plateau area and it's beautiful. Like you can look all around the
I
whole
wouldn't know.
island of Punta Cana and everything. And so I'm looking at him like, why don't you come take a picture? And he was like, I'm not going over there.
Because it was
And I'm
off
thinking
the
like, you
edge.
scared?
It was all, I was guilty as charged. I was. It was a nice little part of the mountain that you was on, and it was like an edge, and you can look out and see all of
But
Punta Cana.
you don't gotta go all the way to the edge. You
Listen,
just could have looked over.
no,
But
thank you.
anyway, so even when you get to the plateau area, you still gotta climb this tall tower to get to the top. So I went in front to get to the top, and I could hear him breathing real hard behind me. And I'm
Guilty.
thinking to myself, like, and I think I even asked you, like, yo, you all right? And it
Guilty.
wasn't until I got to the very top where they lock you in and they tell you to stand in a little square. When I tell you I was tippy toeing to get into the little square, because I was like, I'm not hooked in yet. And if I fall on this thing, it's over. I'm
Right.
dead.
Yeah.
But they put you in, they lock your feet in and everything, and then you look at me like sister, and I'm just like, you're terrified, aren't you? And then they don't even tell you when they about to push you. All I hear was, ah, and they just pushed you.
Listen, if it wasn't for you and you going up those steps, that tower first, I don't think I would have made it because I like to take pictures of good scenery and stuff like that and to be in pictures. That camera did not come out at all as I was going up those steps. I didn't even look. I didn't look up. I didn't look to my left or right. My head just stayed down the entire time until we got to the top. And
See,
even
that's where
then,
we was different. I refused to look down because
yeah.
if I looked down, I probably would have threw up or
Listen,
something.
I my head was down the entire time, and even when we got to the top, what was I doing? Holding on to the damn pole until it's time for us to go. And you here you
But
go.
it was
You all
fun
right?
though.
You all right? No, I'm not all right. Okay, no, I'm not. But I'm here now.
It was fun though. It's fun. It was fun. It's over. For those of you that haven't seen it, please go onto our Instagrams or Facebook pages. You'll see video footage of me hanging there and us going down the zip line. It took about a minute to get down to the bottom,
Yeah,
but I'll take going down for a minute as opposed to climbing back down a mountain for another 30 minutes.
right.
Man, we closed our rings on our watches like I want to say 3 or 4 times in that park. It was so much walking.
Yeah, I mean the ride down actually isn't as fast as people may think. It's a pretty slow ride. Some of the other zips that they actually have in the park are way faster than that Superman zip. But the hardest thing for me was just really getting up there and
Hmm.
climbing the tower. Like that took a lot. That took a lot. But
Yeah,
once you get up there and you come down, like everything's okay. Everything's cool.
right.
Everything's cool with that. So Superman, Superman zip. What else did we do in that part? Well, we took pictures again with the monkeys, right?
Yes.
And
Them monkeys was nasty. So before we went, right? So they one monkey sits in your hand, another monkey climbs on your shoulder or sits on your head. And I specifically told the guy, the monkey that sit on your head, I don't want him on my head. Because the
mm,
monkey was like jerking off on another lady's head. And I was just like, yo, absolutely not. I mean, the monkey was super soft, but no thank you. So I held the monkey in my hand and I really wasn't trying to buy into that, but I didn't want to seem like I was a punk either.
mm-hmm.
So I took a little picture with the little monkey and I just told him, don't put that monkey on my head, and that was it. And then we pretty much just hung out because I think at the end of the day we was beat.
Yeah,
We
we
was
was
tired.
we was a little bit tired after that. I mean, we did a lot of walking. We ate a little bit. Went down the zips. Did Superman as well. We was going to maybe do the ATVs, but we wasn't quite sure if we was going to get dirty or not. And we've been on ATVs before, but we didn't really want to get like a lot of mud in. And they know me.
Well, you know what it is about the ATVs,
Uh,
right? So when we went on ATVs, we went on ATVs that care where people care about your well-being. There, they send you on a track You wanted two people and one ATV, so one person would have had to ride by
No, they had a three
themselves.
seater. They had a 3-seater.
No, they didn't. They
I
didn't.
thought they said they did.
Because we kept asking a guy, and he said no, one person would have to ride separately.
Mm.
And the thing about it is, right, it's it just wouldn't have been safe because you don't know where you're really going. And yeah, other people did it, but no, thank you. I don't want to have mud all in my face because you play way too much. And I was just like, it's a no for me. I
Accusations.
don't want to get
You
dirty.
can't prove
Yeah,
that.
you play a lot. You play a whole lot. Um,
Yeah,
so
I can't.
yeah,
I
that's why
guilty.
we didn't
I
do.
probably
Yeah, you
whoever
play a
I would have
lot.
rode with probably would have got dirty because I definitely would have went through the very mud that other people probably would have avoided. But we kind of bougie as well. We don't like being with other parties. Like when we did ATVs in
Yeah.
Cabo, that was a private thing that we paid for, and we was just it was just us. So you know how
Right,
bougie
right.
we is. We can't be with a whole group of people. We don't
Yeah,
travel
because
like that.
everybody in the group don't mesh well together. The one time we did travel in a group, there was like a little complaining little boy, and Vanessa was about ready to strangle him. And at that moment, I knew I was like, oh, we can't be out here with these other people because V mouth is slick, and I
Yeah.
don't really trying to fight out here.
So what was your favorite zip?
My favorite zip might have been the hammock zip because I didn't have to worry about my hands being sliced up by the wire. And I did, you know how like you could skip rocks against a pool of water?
Yeah.
So when I came down a hammock zip, it was like I was skipping rocks going down.
Right.
So that
Okay.
was pretty cool.
So was you surprised about the excursion that we picked to go on?
I was just happy that it wasn't Nickelodeon, honestly. And I didn't know what to expect, so that was pretty cool. And then I was able to relax for the remainder of the trip, which was cool too.
Yeah. Because we was kind of like we didn't know what we was going to do because there really wasn't too many options out there, and a lot of the excursions that they
Hmm.
offered was like 8 or 9 hours, and we're sitting up there thinking like, why is there an excursion for like 9 hours? Like, what is there to do for 9 hours? And it wasn't the park that we went to, but luckily we got together and we chose that one, and we're just happy that you had
Right.
fun. So it was lots of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It
It was a lot of
was
fun.
lots of fun.
A lot of fun.
So yeah.
So day number 3, we went back to we stayed at a resort and we went to you had your little beach time or whatever, and then we went to the
Yeah, we
water
had Beach
park.
Town. Then we went to the water park
Mm-hmm.
where the lifeguards don't care about your life.
They don't. And like to go back to the beginning of the water park, so they got slides and they got pools. So when I first bring you over there, and I'm like, look at the slides. Let's go get on the slides. And what do you tell me?
I'm not getting on that slide.
She's not getting on slides, right? Who goes to a water park and don't get on the water park slides?
I'm gonna tell you, the
She
only
does.
reason why I got on that slide is because you did the Superman the day before without complaining. You was scared as hell,
Mm-hmm.
but you did it without complaining. So after a while, I was like, all right, fine, because they had the double tube.
Yeah.
And what worried me about the slide was on the little board that tells you the rules, it tells you that they don't have life jackets and you can't wear a life jacket. And I think
Right.
that's weird. How do you have those type of slides and you don't allow people to wear life jackets? It's like you asking for people to die. Either you asking for people to die or you have super good lifeguards.
Right.
That's my assumption.
Well, before the slide, right? Let me just tell you that we was going over there for the lazy river. And when you think of a lazy river, you think of something that don't really have too much motion, and you just like going through the different lazy river the entire time. The minute that we got in that damn so-called lazy river, we damn near almost drowned getting into the damn lazy river that is supposedly 4 feet only, which I think that was a lie. And it's more like a rapid river type pool because the current actually pushes you very, very fast. And they also have waterfalls throughout the lazy river. So once again, these little waterfalls that look so innocent in DR ain't so innocent because they soak the hell out of you when you go through them. And you in a lazy river, so you thinking, okay, maybe one waterfall is cute. They got like 4 to 5 different waterfalls on a lazy river that ain't so lazy. It's more of a rapid
Hmm.
river. So we know you wasn't getting your hair wet, and even if you had your little shower cap, it probably would have got wet because they got 5 different hellified waterfalls on the so-called lazy river. So,
Right, and I did have a water cap, so my hair
mm-hmm,
didn't get that wet even with the zip lining through the water. So
right,
that was cool. So While y'all were in the lazy river or rapid river, whatever you want to call
That
it,
was a hell
I was
river.
at the beach. Yeah, I was at the beach, soaking in sun, and then you eventually came back and walked me over to where you guys were.
Yeah.
So then, of course, I picked the seats that were in the sun because I wanted to get more sun, more vitamin D. And eventually, you was like, "Okay, let's go get in on the water slide. It's a two people thing, I got you." So I'm just like, "Okay, fine." So I go get on it, and before we go up the slide thing, you ask the guy how deep the pool is. He say 4 feet. That was a lie. Number one,
Before that,
very much a
as
lie.
we even walk by going up, we see the lifeguard. And I say, lifeguard, she cannot swim. Save her first. That's what we tell the
Right.
lifeguard before we even get on
Well,
the
first of
ride.
all, it should have never even been something where I needed to be saved. So normally at any water park, when you have those slides, the lifeguards don't allow anybody to be in the pool at the bottom
Right.
when you're coming down. They make sure of that. What do I see when we're coming down the damn slide? Some guy is just lollygagging around down there in the pool. We come down the pool, I hit the guy, the float flips over. I don't weigh a lot. So I'm kind of like under the float a little bit. Like I flip over and I'm in the water. When I realize my feet don't touch the bottom, I was like, shit, this is deeper than 4 feet because I'm 5 feet and my whole body went under. And all the water was going up my nose. And all I could think was, Lord, please don't let me die here. And like I hear you yell at somebody, but luckily after the second jump, the guy that we hit kind of pulls me up in the water or whatever.
Right.
And like you looking at me and you like, I was trying to get to you. But
Yes.
what made it so bad for me was I never seen that type of terror in your face in my life.
Yes.
It took you a while to come down from that. Like I felt bad.
Because
I felt
we're
bad for
coming
you.
down and they have like this one tube that has two people, like one slide, and then they have an individual slide that only one person comes down. And like you said, normally when they have these slides at these water parks, they ensure that the pool is clear for whoever's coming down the slide. But for whatever reason, they let this individual person come down the slide as we're coming down the slide, and we get to the very end. He's literally like walking right in front of our path to get out of the pool, and bam, we slam right into him. You go flying backwards into the pool, and I'm still going a little bit because I'm in the back and you're in the front. So here I am seeing you go by me in the pool, and I'm over here trying to flip the raft so I can get in the pool and I can get to you, which I never even got to you because I couldn't get off the
Mm-mm.
damn raft quick enough to get to you. So luckily that pool was as deep as it was, because if it was any deeper, and you might have been a goner, unfortunately, because I wasn't able to get to you. Like I really wasn't at
Well, the
all.
dude picked me up. Everybody was like, "You all right?" You almost left your shades in the pool and everything.
That's just how terrified I was at that moment, because when I look back, I could see you jumping up and down, and I still cannot get to you. Like,
Yeah.
and where
So
was the
that
lifeguard?
was the place
Nowhere to be found.
standing there. He ain't even move. That's why I say they don't care.
They do not care. Lifeguard ain't moved not one bit, even though she was in the back drowning.
Yeah. So that was
Would you do it again?
I guess that never.
But I tell
Don't even
you,
ask.
that was the
So
first
we
time I've
know
been on a water
we
slide with
know
two
that.
people and it flipped.
Listen, we know going forward. I'm not going down the water slides. I don't care, especially without a life jacket. Absolutely not. So, we have some drinks afterwards. We enjoyed the night. We had
Mm,
fun. We played some games. And then the next day, we had late checkout, which was so clutch. We got some more sun, picture time, packed up, got in our little private car, and that was it. It was a great trip. We came back, had fun.
it was a great trip for sure. A travel hack is to maybe make sure that you have the latest flight going back to where
Hmm.
you coming from, to where you can actually spend a few extra hours into the hotel if they allow that, because our checkout time wasn't really what until like 2 o'clock, and normal checkout
Yeah,
time
why
was
does,
like 11 or 12. So we actually
yeah.
snuck another day in at the resort, and we
Hmm.
still was able to eat
Yeah.
the food, relax a little bit, go out and see the sunrise and stuff like that. I hit the gym one day, but the sunrise was actually pretty dope. They was cool, right? I
Hmm.
still think the most
Yep.
beautiful sunrise ever is probably in Cabo, but
It was because we was right there.
yeah. So It was a great time. I'm glad you had fun on your little birthday trip. Your little birthday trip.
My little birthday trip that I almost died.
You almost died. You almost got bit by a snake, and
Yep.
yeah, I feel like
It'll go down in history.
every trip something happens. Every trip.
Mm-hmm.
Like luckily
The
we can
last one
tell this
y'all
story.
almost, yeah, the last one y'all almost got us locked up.
Yeah, and we still can't tell that story. The last
Yeah,
couple
we
of
can't
ones
tell that story.
we can't tell stories until like we just can't.
We're retired and everything.
We can't. But that was her DR trip to Punta Cana. Oh, you also forgot you went to the casino and gambled a little bit.
I did. We went to the casino. That's one of my favorite things to do. We didn't lose any money. I mean, we barely made money, but we didn't lose any money. I didn't lose any
But you
money.
was up and you couldn't stop.
Cause y'all always looked like y'all was having fun, so I just kept going.
So yeah. So we went to the
But it
casino.
was fun.
Went to the casino.
They was lit in that casino. It was like sensory overload.
Would you was the lights bright?
No. I know what you mean by that. No.
But yeah, the casino was actually pretty fun, pretty cheap tables. I think we was playing at a $5 roulette table. So I think
Yeah, I was at a $15 craps table.
which wasn't
Hmm.
bad for did we do that night one? Casino was night one, right?
It was night 2.
Night two. Okay. So not
Yep.
bad for a Friday night. $15 tables. They only had one crap table though.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So it was cool.
it was cool.
It was cool.
And going back to the airport, we had to have VIP treatment going through immigration.
Did. It was worth it. Every penny of it to not have to stand in those long lines.
Yes. So get global entry, get TSA pre-check. I can imagine sending in a regular line. That sounds very ghetto.
Even when we came back, it was several different international flights when we were coming back. And those lines to come through customs was atrocious, but we were able to just come straight through, and that was like a blessing. So,
Right. 100%. So
okay.
another birthday trip down, another birthday adventure down. We're looking forward to our next birthday adventure in a few months. And then we got a big combined birthday adventure coming up late
No,
summer.
mid to late
Yeah,
next year.
next year. So stay tuned and stay locked in for that. But that is her birthday adventure to Punta Cana.
And I'm alive to tell it.
And she almost didn't make it. Trust me. That water slide almost took her out. Like,
Yeah,
but we glad that you made it through. I'm glad that my sister is still here to record a podcast with me. Because, yeah.
you would be no
We
good.
would get her a nice little life vest next time, or those little.
I'm gonna get a customized life
We're
vest.
going to get you those little bumpers that go on your little shoulders.
No,
Yeah.
I just need a regular life vest. Thank you very much.
I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, Siblings Unscripted, birthday adventure down Punta Cana. Look forward to our next adventure. Make sure you guys tune in. If you want to see some of the pictures, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook. I think I put
We
the
got some on
Superman on
top.
TikTok as well. So follow our other social medias. I might actually post that TikTok on YouTube. I think it may be okay. But if
Yeah,
you
it
want to see
should
some
be.
of the pictures, see her with birds and monkeys, follow her Instagram, Farmer Chaz. Follow my Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And Siblings Unscripted. And we will catch you guys on the next episode. Appreciate you.
Peace.